Arizona Senator John McCain talking tough this week to fellow GOP lawmakers, including the Congresswoman from Minnesota, Michelle Bachmann, who is running for president, taking her to task for opposing a debt ceiling hike, but comparing her to then Senator Barack Obama, who did the same exact thing back in 2006. In an interview with the National Review Online, Senator McCain warning his party that President Obama could get a lot of leeway from what McCain calls a cheering media to paint the GOP as responsible for any economic trouble caused by a default. Joining us now for a fair and balanced debate, Ron Bonjean is former communications director for House Speaker Dennis Hastert, and Christy Seltzer is a former spokeswoman for Vermont Governor Howard Dean and the president of New Heights Communications. It's nice to see you both. Thanks very much for being here. So, Ron, let me start with you. Is Senator McCain right?
Well, I think Senator McCain has a great point, is that we want to get to some type of deal here that does a massive amount of spending cuts but doesn't do tax increases. And I think to oppose a deal is extremely dangerous if we actually default. But right now, I don't think every leader, the president and Republican leaders, agree that they don't want to get that far. But we can't have tax increases because a tax increase has not created a job. It's not a silver bullet. And no president, frankly, has ever been reelected since FDR for trying to raise taxes.
Christy Seltzer, at the same time, when we look at this debate that is going on now, do you think that there is any chance that the president of the United States, a Democratic president, would be talking about making cuts to entitlement and cutting government spending were it not for demands from the Republicans?
Look, I have to agree with Senator McCain when he said that there is some danger here for Republicans. As we've seen in poll after poll, Americans are saying that they actually trust President Obama and not Republicans in Congress, both to handle the economy and if this default crisis goes through, they're actually going to blame Republicans and not the president. That's because they know that Republicans are the ones who racked up this massive debt in the first place through 2 unpaid-for wars and tax cuts for millionaires. And now they're trying to ruin our economy by not actually paying for the debt that they themselves racked up. That's just unconscionable.
Ron, I want to let you respond to that, but I also want to ask you, because it seems like in digging in their heels on no new revenues at all across the board, that it seems like the Republicans are really just sort of trying to appeal to their base. And I'm wondering why, because the base isn't going anywhere. It's independence that they need to attract. Right. And the point that Christy makes is a pretty good one, that polls do show that independents out there are in favor of raising taxes on the most wealthy, no matter what the Republicans are saying.
Yeah, well, I'll tell you what.
Hold on.
I'll tell you what. Raising taxes is a job killer. They know it. Republicans, like you said, drug the Democrats this far, kicking and screaming. Just last year, President Obama was able to get $1 trillion health care spending bill.
I know, but independents, independent voters out there are in favor of raising taxes on the wealthiest.
I'll tell you what. President Obama, in the end, is going to get the massive amount of blame here because he's the president of the United States. The buck stops here. Everyone's going to get some share of blame, but President Obama, by going out there and warning Americans they may not get Social Security checks and scaring the heck out of everybody, is not the way to act when you're trying to get a deal with Republicans.
Christy, what happens
on growing the economy.
What happens if the Mitch McConnell deal happens? The offer that he's put out there that really puts the onus entirely on President Obama as far as raising the debt ceiling and allows Republicans to never, ever, ever have to vote on raising the debt ceiling. I mean, this is a guy, though, in Senator McConnell, who has said that his #1 priority is keeping President Obama from winning another term in office. Why would President Obama sign anything that was written by Mitch McConnell?
Yeah, look, I think Americans get this. They understand that, for example, if they were to rack up a big bill on their Macy's card and then try not to pay it, then what would happen? They would take away your Macy's card. And I think Americans across, are seeing the way that the Republicans are acting in Congress, and they're saying, I think we should take away their card. These guys are just not responsible economic stewards. So I don't think that President Obama has too much to worry about here.
Ron, I mean, how do you think people around the country are feeling about this? We were just talking with one of our financial experts here. We were talking about folks in Iowa and New Jersey and the average person out there who's watching this debate take place between Republicans and Democrats. What do you think they're thinking about this?
Oh, first of all, I don't think they're going to go out and shop at Macy's. I think they're going to get pretty nervous about taking out that credit card. it's getting pretty scary.